What's up, guys? It's Scion. I'm back, and this is going to be a little bit of a recap video because I got a message from a Chinese player, and at first I didn't pay attention to it because my email spammed it, and I thought it was just somebody trying to spam, like just like Chinese company spamming me. But then I looked at it, and so I was like, "Oh, this person is talking to me." So I actually decided to sit and read it, and he was asking me to redo my video that I did on talking about the endgame characters because now it's outdated because now they're up to 105 and things have changed, and he put down a whole list of stuff and pointed me to a forum post about it, and and basically said could I redo it again. And I was like, bro, I don't like redoing videos, but here we go. And I'm strictly doing it for them, and it's actually based a lot of the things that I'm going to say now is based off of that post and what's happening right now, and more so not necessarily my opinion. I'm going to tell you when something is my opinion and I'm talking about a character, but majority of it is just basically what people are considering meta right now, and I'm just relaying that. All right, so the number one main meta right now is actually not lightning anymore. It's wind. You guys have seen that in the Friday night fights that I just put up. There's a lot of wind now, and I noticed it in my server now that there's a lot of wind mains now, and I was like, bro, nobody gave a f about wind main until I started doing it. Now all of a sudden there's wind main now, but that necessarily wasn't the case. What happened is that characters started becoming available more that made wind main particularly more useful. Specifically, Tamari, the swimsuit version, her combined with for whatever reason, her combined with Windmane and a few other characters is drastically devastating. Like, she can like wipe a team out. So that right now we have a Windmane meta that's like sweeping the game in China that is really hard to stop it right now. It's really like you just literally like, who do you stop in that team? It's basically Windmane. It's Kurama Link, Naruto, Tamari, and whoever else you want to put in the third slot. Basically, a lot of people putting various people there. Some people are actually even using Ino in that spot, and it's weird. Like, it's weird to Great Ninja War Ino. Let me put that out there. It's Great Ninja War Ino. It's not necessarily just Ino. So here we go. And I'll make this fast for you guys because I don't want to do this all day. Naruto, no, not in game. Sasuke, I saw that a lot of people are actually using this Sasuke because he is combo heavy. He's a beast when you have him in his skill break, but only skill break, and he does a lot of like complete damage. He can wipe a complete team out and keep them burned, and on top of being burned, paralyzed so they can't combo. He's better used now with Itachi, the Ambu version of Itachi, so definitely get him out there. Gaara, no. Like, I thought so. I see, this is me personally. Like, Sasuke was me personally talking about Sasuke, and people were actually using him. But Gaara, I thought was going to be a thing. He's not a thing. Nobody's using him. They say he sucks, even with skill break. So I don't know what happened there. That I have no idea. But they say the Chinese player saying he sucks. Kimimaro doesn't have anything going for him right now, so people just are not really using him that much. Choji, no. They're saying Choji, even though he was buffed and everything else, nobody's really using Choji because he takes too long to ramp up. Great Ninja War Sakura, people are still using her. She's badass. Like, she's a must. Mabui is a must. Surprisingly, Great Ninja War Kankuro, no. They say no. They they don't really. Nobody uses him. His percentage is really low. Nobody cares. Tsunade, yes, people are using Tsunade mainly because she chaoses a whole fucking lot. And if you put combo on her, she literally chaoses like almost all the time. She chases twice now. Her actual negation, that buff when you have it completely freed up, like, people are using that now, and you basically negate somebody's burst, which is badass, and she's healing for a whole lot, so she's definitely being used now. Not really Fujizuki. He's not like really being not not even getting anything. He's my personal favorite, but he's not getting much burn, if not at all. Two Tails, no, nobody's using her. Again, she's one of my favorites. I use her, but nobody's using her. Great Ninja War, and now that people are stuffing her with stats because they changed her a bit. With her, basically what happens is her main attack, well, not her main attack, her attack. Her attack now does a double combo of palm slap, and she can do it 3 times basically. And she hits with a repulse. She does a whole bunch of damage now. It's like they just went and buffed her ass. It was like, yeah, well, you're getting that Naruto Sage D, so we gotta give you the Sage, Sage Punan, and you gotta kick somebody's ass. They buffed her, basically, and changed her normal attack. Mew has always been a badass. People use him when they have him. Not for some reason he's rare. Not many people have him, so me having him is kind of like a blessing. I probably will not get him in North America at all. They'll probably be like, "F you, you're not getting that." But he's a good character. This version of Lee, nobody's really using him. Sadly, I feel bad for Lee because he gets a raw deal. This version of Zabuza, people are using him. He's definitely in game for some reason. Now I don't know what happened with Ino, but people are using her in China. She doesn't look like she got buffed any different than what she's in North America, but people are using her. I have no idea why. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what the fuck happened, but people are using her. People do use Orochimaru, but not so much. People use a lot of Itachi Ambu. Because he's free, he has a bad stigma that people don't want to use him because he's free, but he's still being used. He's badass. You make that that Sharingan team right there. You can be pretty badass. He's not really being used. I don't know why. He's pretty devastating in my opinion, and I've seen a few teams blitz with him, but he's not really being used at all. So this is what it is. Nobody's using him. I looked, I saw it, and he had no stats. Nobody was really paying attention to him in that post. So yeah, people do use this character. They use him because he breaks shields, and he's a part of blitz teams. You can make a swordsman blitz team with lightning main, and yeah, people using him. People are definitely using Danzo because they went and buffed him and gave him skill breaks. So bruh, people are using him. He's in game. Fu is being used in game because she's very tanky and she sleeps a whole hell of a lot. I don't like her personally, but people are using her. I like her as a character. I tried using her and just could not find a way to use her properly, so I'm just not with it. People are not using him that much. You see a few people here and there in the arena, but I've never actually faced anybody ranked battle that uses him that much. Maybe once or twice, maybe once a week in my stuff, but he's really not being used. And the same thing for his brother. They're not as good as they should be. Raza that I just got, a lot of people use him, and he's pretty good to have frontline out there, rank battle and everything else, and actually in the team he does a lot of immobile and a lot of damage actually, so keep him out there. I didn't know that she got buffed, because that's what it said in the post, that she got buffed somehow. So I'm assuming that her cooldown was the buff, because I don't see anything else that's different from North America besides the cooldown. So I'm assuming that's what that meant, that she got buffed and she's definitely being used. Choza, no. Jiraiya, even with the skill break, no. So I already told you about him. They call him cliche, whatever that's supposed to mean. At this point, I don't know what that means, and I guess that was supposed to mean that he's niche or something, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. He's not. They said he's not being used. Same thing with this version of Orochimaru, and the same thing with Neji. He's just not being used. Conan, hell yeah, there's a lot of people talking about Conan, saying that Conan is a very good character with her breaks, and that she's almost a must, and she makes the Tendo team very strong. There's other people still using the Tendo team because Tendo did get buffed. Nobody's really talking about him. He didn't really have much of a list or anything like that. Omoi, people are using Omoi as a buffer for the Cloud Ninja team with the eye, and if you manage to get the other Raikage and stuff like that. So yeah, nobody had anything for this version of Hinata. She's just not being used. She's good for the Cloud Raikage team. Itachi the Legend had like a super long ass post about how he's supposed to be nerfed because he wasn't supposed to be that strong, but it's basically people being salty because he can reflect everything. So even in China they got salt. You basically have Tamari. This version of Tamari nobody pays attention to that much because we had the new one. The swimsuit version is infinitely better. Even though it's supposed to be a fluff character, it's devastatingly strong. Nobody really talks about him for a reason. Sad, but true. Sakura, no. And we're gonna have a whole period here where nobody is really saying anything. Same thing for Yamato. This version, Ino, no. This version of Asuma, yes, because he's a part of the Blitz meta for Lightning Main. People are still using that. He's very good to actually put together and use. Zabuza, no. Nobody is using this version of Kakashi either. He had 0. Kurenai, yes, because when she gets her skill books, she starts to block pretty much the same way that Itachi does and heal a whole lot better and shield a whole lot better. Him, like, there's actually a post on why he's like asking him not to suck. Like they want him to be buffed. So that says it right there. Chiho has nothing. Lee has a post too on Lee should get better representation. Choji, no. No. All the way around. No. And like I said, it's just gonna get sad from here. No. Yes, he is a part of Blitz meta for Lightning Main, and he actually gets a higher. You see, I already got a skill book on that buff as it is, and he actually gets stronger overall. So people are using him. People are using this version of Haku because Haku actually has skill books too, and I'm not going to personally do it because what ends up happening is he can actually crit you hard enough to keep you down to 1 HP. That's pretty much what people are doing, like spamming them out. And I mean, that's interesting, but whatever. Hell no. Alright, let's go down a little bit more. No, nobody's using this version. People are using this version of Haku because he's actually pretty good. He doesn't have that limitation and can actually kill, and his field stays out without it actually taking up a slot, so that's good. No. No. Definitely no. Like I said, it's gonna get a little bit sad from here for a little while. No Kiba. Tsudeya, no, he didn't have anything. Baki, yes, because people are using, like, you know, Baki teams win, stuff like that, but not too much. People actually still use Kabuto, this normal version, because he's a very good heal overall. No for Shikaku, he's not being used at all. No for this version of Shikamaru, no for him. Now that she actually is going to have skill books, people are talking about using her, but she's not being used right now because not too many people have that. And no for him. Nobody's using the Cursed Seal team. Like, it's just not even a thing really. People like used to, but they were saying that it's got outdated now, so it's what it is. Nobody's using Great Ninja or Sai. Nobody's using C. Nobody's using this. Nobody uses Toby anymore ever since he got wiped out. Nobody uses this anymore. Anoji, I believe his name was, but nobody uses him. Some people do actually use him because he's pretty good. He's like Fu. He has good CC on top of him, so people are using that. Definitely no for him. People are using her, so because she's good poison and healing at the same time, and like the poison team, like, you know, like triple healers and stuff like that. That's like that troll bullshit right there, but they're doing that. He has skill books. They are using him. No. Surprisingly, people are still managing to use Owl, and I'm like, dog. But people are using this with their Akatsuki team. And we're gonna load. People are not using Hidan much because most people have the cursed Hidan because he's relatively easy to get. That's what the post said. So this is a event character. I didn't see much people using this. Maybe in not in rank battle, maybe in arena once in a while. People do use Sasori because Sasori hits a lot of people and he has a buff to his damage. Deidara, I haven't seen much on him. I have not seen this character used much at all outside arena. Like, she doesn't even have a post up for her, so definitely not. People are using him in his more advanced form with the Four Tails. People are definitely still using this version of Sage Naruto. People are using this version more. People are using Sasuke, but Sasuke for some reason is not in game. I didn't actually get a post on why that people, it just says that he's not being used in game, and I don't actually see him anywhere. Like I see Itachi, Tsunade, but I don't see Sasuke at all, which I'm kind of confused on why, because he's not bad, but he's just not being used. He actually is being used in game, which is even more confusing over Susanoo, so something is not right there. Sailor Sakura is the pick out of everybody in in-game to actually use in in-game. I like Great Ninja War a little bit better defensively, but she's being used that way. Tintin is alright, but not necessarily being used. She's just kind of like the fluff character. Nobody's using this. It had no posts. A lot of people are using Kazekage, Gara. Nobody's using this for the reason. I still have to look up the reason why with Temari to see what's the differences. I haven't actually studied Temari because she wasn't that interesting to me, but I have to figure it out. People are not using him because not too many people picked him up. People are not using Sage Jiraiya. People are using Hokage Tsunade a lot. Nobody's using Hiruzen. People are using this version of Kasame because he's broke as fuck with his stupid field. People are not using Hashirama in game. You don't really see him used much even with his skill book, so it's kind of sad. People are using his Sage version because he's technically basically a healer. It's very good. Tobirama, people are not really using him, but they are, now that he has this version, people are using this version because he's basically like a more advanced version of Jonin Minato, and that's OP just to begin with, so people are like going crazy to try to get him right now. He costs a lot though, like around 1,000. Nobody's really using Erica. I don't know why, but no. People are using him when they get him. You can easily buy him though. I could have bought him if I actually was saving coupons because he's only like 1,800. So he's very easy to actually get. And then he's 3-star. Like what? There's certain Kage freaking people who are not 3-star. Why is he 3-star? He's not even Kage level or whatever. I'll start raging. People are using Minato. Not much though. It's still the stigma of why is Jonin better than the Kage version, but he does have skill books and it makes him a more equally aligned to it, but still Jonin is still better, and people use Jonin over because he actually dodges a lot and does a lot more damage overall with his 2 chases and everything else. Of course not. Of course not, of course not, of course not. No. Yes, people are using him because he's very good. He's more of a troll character, but good. This version of Deidara does a lot of damage. She's being used. Nobody actually, she has like no posts. Nobody's really using her. Grudge mode, he's okay. Like I've had him in the ranked weekly, but people aren't really using him that much. Yes, 100% yes. He's a pain in the ass. Get him if you don't have him already. Get him. He's being used, but not too much. I mean, she's being used, but not too much. It wasn't really that much of a post. Or the Akatsuki, if you go across the line, was being used. That people have Akatsuki teams because they're just the fans of them. And Tendo is a monster. Tendo is one of those characters that if you just stuff on him, man, Jesus, good lord. Same thing about the Hanzo. I've not seen anybody talk about this version of Hanzo. Nobody's really said anything about it, so we'll see. But I haven't seen anybody talk about him. May, people are still using May, and I want to say that she got buffed because she does more damage in China than she does in North America. North America she does a lot of damage, but in China she does like it's like ridiculous. I don't see many and there wasn't any post on him, so I don't know what's going on with him. So that's like take your pick. Same thing with Oniki. I'm not seeing that many Onikis. Seen a whole lot of Dari. Seen a whole lot of whatever. I forgot the name, but seen a whole lot of him. Definitely he's part of Jinchuriki meta with Kurama Link Naruto. Not too many people are using this version. He's not really that useful, to be honest with you. Definitely not with these, and no, nobody's using him. Nobody's using Tarun. Nobody's actually using Chidoro in China either. Actually, no, that's not necessarily true though. The Mei teams are using them like once in a while, but most of the time they're with Great Ninja War and Mabui, so he's not really that out there. I don't see many people using her at all. I see a lot of people using Susanoo Itachi. Definitely, he might be the most used character in China right now. He's useful, but not as used as Roshi. No, they have a post on they just don't like him. But I don't see what he's alright, but I don't know. But the Nagato people definitely use him as in the healer slot to get rid of any type of affliction to the team, and he combos a hell of a lot and does a lot of damage off chases, and it was said that he has the highest chase damage, so that's cool. Nobody's really using him. I haven't even actually seen him anywhere, so I guess he's just like something special. Nobody's really using him either. People are using Max Obito because he has a lot of chase damage, and just he's a good first round initiator to actually kill somebody, like to kill a team and wipe them out. So there's that. No, nobody's using Kushina, sadly for her. I don't have her. I mean, I have him yet. I'm working on it, as you can see there. A lot of people do use him for Blitz. It's very good for a Blitz team. Also very good for a Blitz swordsman team because he has that natural passive that actually makes the whole team dodge. Nobody's really using this character a lot. I haven't seen it that much. A lot. Whoever has Madara uses Madara because it's Madara, and whoever has Shisui uses Shisui. And nobody uses these characters unless they're trying to troll you. So that's about it. I hope I satisfied the people in China, and I kind of truncated it as best as possible. And I use who I use, and my opinion is based off of, I basically said, what I use, and then what people decide what they're gonna use. But I hope that this satisfies them, and they, can have a little bit of fun with it. And North America, you can get a little bit of a roadmap on what you should and shouldn't be necessarily spending on. If you don't want to listen to me, you can look at the Friday night fights. This the first and second one. There's going to be one this week. I'm going to have more fights up there. You're going to see what people are using at in game, and a lot of people use a lot of the same stuff though. Like it's like not that much, I want to say, imagination going on right now. So it's neither here nor there, guys. So I'll catch you guys next video. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get more videos in the future. Peace.